Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Can you believe it? It's the last day of 2019. I'm in shock. I think I'm in disbelief. But New Year's Eve is tonight. Lots of big things going on around town. Lots of things you need to know about. But the weather we know is going to be pretty good. So actually we're going to head straight over to Erica to talk about what you can expect. Erica.
All right, yeah, thanks Janelle. Good morning. Happy New Year's Eve. We are excited to celebrate the new year, and we got some lovely weather to do so. So this morning, pretty cold outside. Clear sunny skies for the majority of the day today, but clouds will move in tonight for your New Year's Eve plan. So late tonight, 10 p.m., heading out to your New Year's Eve party. Temperatures near 50 degrees, and we'll stay near 50. Don't expect it to be as cold as what you're waking up to this morning, thanks to the cloud coverage. No rain chances in the forecast tonight either, so we stay dry, but that does change as we fast forward to New Year's Day tomorrow. I'll talk about that in just one sec, but good morning, man. Last sunrise of 2019 looking spectacular out there. Lots of 30s, including at Bush right now, 39 degrees our current temperature, and then area wide we have slightly cooler temperatures than what we had yesterday. Several other areas have seen a light freeze this morning. Conroe still at that light freeze, but Cleveland, Brenham, Columbus, you guys were just a few of the spots that woke up to a light freeze this morning. Okay, throughout today will be seasonable, meaning it will feel like exactly where we should be for this time of the year for December. 50s most of the morning, creeping into low 60s for your forecast high. So give or take a couple of degrees. Our norm is 63. So forecast highs in the low 60s, looking like a nice end to 2019. High pressure is what's given us this beautiful weather with the clear skies this morning. But check out what's just west of us. This is the system we're tracking, center of circulation just off the Baja California coast. That's going to continue to trek eastward, and as it does, that will increase our rain chances. So our future track, hour by hour, moves in clouds overnight through tomorrow morning. Notice it's not raining yet tomorrow morning, but rain starts to creep in by Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday scattered showers in the forecast, but check out this batch of heavy rain right here. That's going to move in overnight. So the heaviest of rain that I'm tracking with this system will be late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Pockets of heavy downpours possible. It's going to be messy. It'll be wet, especially as you're heading back to work Thursday morning. Keep that in mind. And we're talking coastal areas with the best chance up to 2 inches of rain possible. That's a good soak-in system. And then area-wide, especially for our northwestern counties, rainfall totals will be less, but I would say on average about half an inch to about an inch of rain will be possible. So tracking your 7-day forecast, lovely end to 2019, wet start to 2020. Then we dry out the first full weekend of 2020, looking nice, still sticking to 60s in the forecast, lots of sunshine, dry conditions to enjoy the outdoors and just enjoy the January-like temperatures here in the Southeast Texas area. So Janelle, overall, weather's looking nice for tonight and all the festivities.
All right, thank you, Erica. Lots of good news for those of you who are popping your own fireworks outside of the city, and so it's good to hear that it'll be clear. So we're gonna get kind of into today's headlines. Anything you want to know more of, or any questions you may have, you can comment right there. We'll try to answer as best we can. Also, there are links to all of these stories in the caption there. If you want to read more about them, just click and it'll take you straight to that website, to the web page, so you can read a little bit more. But we're going to start off with kind of a heartbreaking story here. Happened overnight. The 2 children will not be able to celebrate the new year with their father after 2 masked men shot and killed him inside the family's apartment late last night. Deputies say the father's 2 little kids, ages 4 and 1, were inside along with their mom when the deadly home invasion took place. They were not hurt. It happened in the 8500 block of East Commons in northwest Harris County, not far from Jersey Village. At about 9:30 p.m., 2 masked men armed with guns forced their way into the apartment, shot the father multiple times, killing him. Authorities have now identified him as Trey Jamal Kane. The 2 men who killed him also robbed his 29-year-old girlfriend. They then fled the scene. Investigators don't know why the family was targeted, but they said they did not believe it was random. Investigators canvassed the apartment complex, talking to neighbors to get more information. At this time, there is not a detailed description of the suspects. They appeared to be in their late teens or early 20s, and they were wearing ski masks and gloves. Now, if you have any information about this, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. It's a very active investigation, so they are asking for anyone's help in that. We're also going to talk a little bit about that awful church shooting that happened outside Fort Worth this weekend. Lots of prayers are still pouring in for the victims. We're still learning more about the hero who stopped it all. On Sunday, a gunman stood up, pulled out a gun, and started shooting right after communion when Jack Wilson, a member of the church's security team, shot and killed him. Wilson fired a single shot and took down the gunman while more than 200 people were inside the church. Wilson owns a gun range, is a former reserve deputy, and teaches concealed handgun license classes. Of course, he's being called a hero for his actions, but he says he did what he was trained to do. We now know the name of the gunman accused of killing 2 people inside the church. He is Keith Thomas Kinnanen. He's reportedly from the town of River Oaks in North Texas. The 2 men he killed, Richard White and Tony Wallace, they both lost their lives that day. White was among the armed congregants at the church who was watching him, Kinnanen, before the shooting. His family wrote on Facebook that his life was taken in a senseless act of violence, and he sacrificed his life in the face of evil. He's described as an Eagle Scout, a lover of adventure and all things outdoors. He had read the scripture just before communion, right before that shooting actually happened. Wallace, the other man who was killed, joined the church in 2007. He was a deacon and a registered nurse. He was known for going to homes and leading prayer when people were ill. His family says he loved helping other people. Now, investigators have not yet determined a motive, but as we know, when anything like this happens, they're going to pour through everything, and I'm sure more information will be coming out within the next few days. Another kind of crazy story that happened on Sunday. An update to that, a judge has set a bond for the man accused of stabbing his great-grandparents in the neck. This is the suspect, Lucian Johnston. He did not appear in court, but was given an $80,000 bond for 2 counts of aggravated assault on a family member. According to tweets by Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, Johnston was riding in the back seat of a car with his great-grandparents. They got into an argument. It escalated, and Johnston pulled out a pocket knife and began stabbing the 92 and 76-year-olds in the head and neck. Perhaps the wildest part, though, is a 12-year-old also in the back seat of the car during the attack is the one who heroically stepped in and stopped it by wrestling the knife away from Johnston and flinging it out the window. Johnston ran away, and his great-grandparents went to the hospital. He was actually arrested yesterday. He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault of a family member, but the good news here is both great-grandparents were treated and released from the hospital. A judge has granted an emergency protective order for both of them. So that's good news that they're doing okay. And like I said, his bond was set at $80,000, and he was arrested yesterday. Just a crazy story. Let's move on to tonight. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. This is actually video. This is one of the events. We're going to talk about some of the events that are going on. This is Children's Museum last year. They host a huge event. They call it, get this, New Year's Noon. It's hilarious. It's the longest running New Year's Eve celebration for kids. It rings in the new year at the stroke of noon with a parade, shimmering ball drop, just like in Times Square. They'll have musical talent, some of the things you can expect. So it starts at 10, like I said. They'll have festive hats, noisemakers, magic, a couple of different DJs, a dance party, and a juggler, and then a countdown to 3 simultaneous ball drops. So if you're looking for something to do with the kids, that's a great option. That starts at 10 a.m. Memorial City Mall is also having an event. They're having a DJ dance party, face painters, balloon artists, and then also when the clock strikes noon they're going to have another balloon drop and a lemonade toast. So those are 2 great events for kids. And if you want to take the whole family somewhere, Kemah Boardwalk is having a big event today. They have their music starts at 1. They're going to have free concerts in the plaza all throughout the day, and then they have a big fireworks show at 10 o'clock tonight, and fireworks are free and open to the public. City Center may have kind of the latest event that's going on. They begin at 9:30 with live music in the plaza. They're going to cap it off with confetti and a 60-second rooftop fireworks show. They have parking. It's going to be about $10. And then for kids, they have a countdown to noon from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's also happening in City Center. So no matter whatever part of town you're in, there is something going on for everyone. But we do want to tell you guys, if you are going out tonight, just don't drink and drive. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Every year you hear the warnings, don't do it. So as you make plans for tonight, make sure you have plans to get home too. There are 3 ways you can get a safe ride home. Number one, Metro will offer free rides starting at 6. This includes buses, Metro Rail, and Metro Lift. You can take advantage of that through 6 a.m. on New Year's Day. So no matter how late you party, there is always someone who can take you home. Number two, if you don't want to leave your car behind, you can use AAA's Tipsy Tow service. They'll tow your car up to 10 miles home for free and give you a ride. Just call 1-800-AAA-HELP. This is available from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And number three, there's always the ride shares and the taxis. Lyft is offering a discount. Use the code NYE HOU 2020 and you'll get $10 off. And Uber offers promo codes for first-time riders. Remember, with all of these options, there's no excuse to drink and drive tonight. So we did a live poll earlier on the morning show about what everyone was going to do tonight. And like 80% of you say you're staying home. It's not a bad idea. I mean, you can definitely avoid any potential danger out on the roads, but also just, why not celebrate at home with the fam? What are you doing, Kev?
Unfortunately, I'm staying home, but my wife and I just got a new puppy, so we're
Hey,
gonna be taking
there
care
you
of
go.
him.
Awesome. Is he gonna be scared?
Yeah, he's gonna be terrified. Poor thing.
Put some earmuffs on him or something.
I know, he needs something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing yet. We'll be here early in the morning, huh? You
Yes,
working
we
tomorrow?
will. Yeah, that's another reason I'm staying in.
There you
because,
go.
You know, we'll both be here.
I'm just gonna do my best to not be sleeping at midnight.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get up for the midnight and then probably go back.
I think so. So guys, what are you doing tonight? Any good options for all of us here? Any good plans that we need to know about? You can comment on our Facebook page. Any questions or anything?
No questions. It's kind of a slow morning. I guess everyone's resting up for the new year.
It's a big night ahead.
Let's see. Samwana Wyndham says she's watching from Florence, Kentucky. Good morning.
Hello from Kentucky.
Hello from Kentucky. Thanks for tuning in. A lot of good mornings. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Nancy. We appreciate that.
Happy New Year's. I cannot believe it. Counting it down, man. 2019 almost over.
Yes.
There's also kind of a debate going on about whether I don't know if you saw this, we're ringing in a new decade.
Yeah. I did
So the argument is apparently you don't start counting with 0, so why would you start counting with 20? You would start counting with 2021. I don't know.
I'm just going to echo what Erica said on the show earlier. Like, you call it the 90s, you call
You
it the 80s.
do, yeah.
So I think the decade's starting.
We'll make the
with
exception
0.
for the calendar years. So
Right.
let us know what you guys think about that. Do you start with 2021? Because apparently the calendar would say you start with 2021. I don't know. Because you start counting with 1, you don't start, yeah. I'm going to say 20s. The roaring 20s.
Starting again.
Starting again. All right. Is that all?
I think that's all we got.
And guys, like I said, you can find all of this information online in that caption. If you have any more questions, you want any more information about anything we talked about, it's all right there. Okay, I will see you next year, guys, 2020. We'll be back here tomorrow, and then we'll also be doing these web updates throughout the day, later this afternoon, and then also this evening. So happy New Year's Eve, everyone.